We have had several requests to make a video about how Condor Plus Backoffice communicates with external sources. To facilitate this communication, we have developed a messenger adapter called Columbus in K+TP. This adapter has several functions, but its main function is to act as a communicator for Condor Plus Backoffice. The first goal of Columbus is to make K+TP compatible with several major versions of K+. This means that we are no longer obligated to have a corresponding version between K+ and K+TP. The idea is to facilitate the installation of K+TP in sites where clients have older or different versions of K+. The second goal of Columbus is to permit Condor Plus Backoffice to interface with other front office systems. The only example we have for this is K+TP's integration with MUST, Summit Structured Product Solution. So we will use this as our test case during this presentation. One thing you should know is that KPO's integration with different versions of K+ and the integration of MUST use the same rules, the same procedure. This gives us enough confirmation that this method will work for the integration of all types of external software in K+TP, and it is a good place to start. The last goal of Columbus is to allow Condor Plus Backoffice to interface with other front office systems without the obligation of using K+. That K+TP be a standalone backoffice system. As you are probably aware, this is a work in progress, but should the need arise, it has been added to the agenda. But before we get started, there are several things you need to know. As we have said, MUST is the structured product solution for Summit, so all the deals that were tested are non-fungible. The second thing you need to know is that we started from the strong assumption that all reference data should be duplicated in both Condor Plus and Summit, and that all the values should be the same. So this means that if a floating rate is used in a MUST deal, that this floating rate should have the same values in Condor Plus and in Summit. So for the purpose of this presentation, we will explain the procedure for MUST integration with K+TP and let you make the correct assumptions. And since we have a lot to cover, let's get started. The first thing we did was to customize two MUST deal types and configure dedicated rules so that K+TP can easily identify these deals coming from MUST. CMS spreads and target redemption forwards. MUST deals are managed similar to KSP deals, thus are represented as either structured products or external deals in KBO. Step 2 is setting up communication between MUST and KBO, defining how this information is received. For this purpose, we created a communication tool called Flow_API. This Flow API is executed on the Summit server, receives information, and creates an XML file, which contains all the MUST deal information. In order for K+TP to know where to find this XML file, you will need to define a path, which will tell K+TP where to go. The XML file contains deal information, deal insertion, update, full and partial liquidation, and deletion. It also contains information on associated trade events, cash flow, payment, accounting, and mails. You can run the fixing process, OTC reval, and mail generation, for example. As usual, before we get started on the demo, we'd like to give you a quick start overview so you know what to expect. During this demo, we will not only show you that K+TP can receive and process MUST deals, but we also want to show you that we can make changes to Columbus script, which will then affect the MUST deals in K+TP. So the first thing we will need to do is to create a MUST deal. Make sure that it is available in K+TP Global Validation. make the changes to the Columbus script, apply configuration, re-enter the same deal, and verify that the changes made have been considered. So the first thing I will do is I will go into Must and create my back office deal. In order for this deal to be taken into consideration in flow_API, it needs to have the status verified. This verified status will send this deal through Flow API to K+TP. I find my must deal in K+TP global validation, and as you can see, there are payments, accounting, and mail which have been generated. Now let's see how to adapt Columbus script. The idea is to make a change to a component in a must deal. This change will be executed by the tool in K+TP called Columbus Builder. I will make the modifications to the script and execute it. As you can see here, we have all the Columbus functions described in this tree view. You can see them here. The modification that I would like to make is that I would like to multiply my principal cash flows by 3. We realize that in the real world, this does not make any sense, but it is an easy example for this demo, so we will use it. I will need to find where this information is being held and adapt the script into a format that is understandable by K+TP. In Must, deals use notional, and in K+TP, these cash flows are known as principal. I will need to make the appropriate changes to the script. After this modification, I need to apply configuration. I add the script or information times 3. As we have said, in order for my modifications to be taken into account, I need to apply config. To do this, you can go to any configuration screen and click on Apply Configuration. In order to check that my changes have been executed, I need to add another deal in Must, making sure I change the status to Verified. I enter my deal and make sure that my modifications are accounted for in K+TP's global validation. As you can see, my previous principal cash flows were 100 million, and now I have 300 million. Well, this concludes our presentation on Columbus, K+TP, and external sources. Please do not hesitate to contact us with your questions and queries. Thank you.